Floor to the distinguished representatives of Romania. You have the floor.
Madam Chair,
Dear colleagues,
we are Denisa and Gabriel,
the Romanian youth delegates,
and we stand before you grateful for this incredible opportunity offered by the Romanian government through the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to be the voice of young people from our country.
Humanity represents the sum of individual wills, and sadly, today's humanity has lost its sense of direction. It has become harder and harder to unite, but now, more than ever, we have to reach out to what ties us together.
Recently, our country gave us an example of how easily we can be connected, not only by technology, but by a simpler solution transcending space and time to bring us together and strengthen our community: music. The International George Enescu Festival held this September brought together talented artists from around the world and audiences from all walks of life for a celebration of art and peace. As the composer Enescu himself has said,
The purpose of music is to turn off hatred, to temper addictions, and to bring closer the souls. The same way we work in harmony to create and enjoy music, we can work together to create a sustainable future. In this globalized, digitized, unequal, and violent world, the greater good for the greater number can only be accomplished through teamwork and partnerships. The value of human connection is fundamental if we want to brighten up our future.
civic engagement, in all of its forms, can bring us a step closer to the societies we envision. This instrument helps young people collaborate, develops their competencies, and brings about visionary youth leadership based on dialogue and responsibility.
Therefore, we suggest having a national legal framework aiming to make civic engagement a mandatory exercise for every young person in order for them to discover their untapped potential, which could keep them from serious employment distress. Furthermore, this binding civic engagement will complement the educational process as it will develop critical thinking, creativity, and openness, three fundamental aspects for the 21st century education.
At the same time, we have to bear in mind those who are not as fortunate as us, but have the same ambitions and strength to become valuable actors of their communities. Thus, we take the chance to plead for the implementation of a national mentorship program for vulnerable groups of young people: orphans, those with disabilities, the ones living in poverty, those with parents working abroad, Roma, and the NEETs.
Regardless of their background, it is essential for youth to be recognized as contributors to the well-being of their societies and be given the right tools for their development in order for them to be seen, heard, and become co-creators of a good society when one should be thought first and foremost the art of being human.
In order for them to learn the values of humanity and take their place in society, young people must first succeed in their journey to adulthood. Their education and the work through which they gain independence and contribute to community will determine how well they will connect with others and join efforts to face common problems.
At the moment, the educational system offers them only a part of the necessary competencies to navigate professional and private life. It is challenging for students to find other formal or non-formal learning opportunities to compensate, especially for those coming from disadvantaged backgrounds. Often, they feel constrained by the social pressure to focus on academic performance rather than enjoy the educational experience as a whole and tailor it to their needs. For young people to commit to the values of humanity, they must first commit to a life spent learning with curiosity and desire to improve oneself.
Many young people we have spoken to have told us of the difficulties they face in entering the labor market. Even when they succeed, they often struggle to support themselves with reduced incomes and to maintain their jobs for long periods of time. Fulfillment in their professional lives will allow them to focus more on becoming actively involved in society.
Various national entities have come together to address these issues. The Ministry of Education and Scientific Research is planning to implement a dual learning system for technical and vocational schools, combining classroom theory with workplace practice. NGOs and companies are offering training sessions, workshops, and volunteering opportunities to help them continue learning. We need to support such measures to ensure that they reach all young people in need.
The 2030 Agenda constitutes an important framework for resolving these issues, and it must be brought to young people's attention as they have the energy and enthusiasm to push for its implementation. Some youth organizations and teachers are finding ways to bring the spirit of the agenda in their activity, thus showing that it is possible to guide one's academic, professional, and personal life in accordance with the vision of the SDGs.
Progress has been made and important first steps have been taken. We realize that the hardest part is yet to come, but we maintain faith that by working together, staying confident, and making ourselves heard and involved,
we can forge a better future for ourselves and those who will follow in our path. Thank you.
Gracias.